Hey there, Taurus. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you are new, hello, welcome, and click that subscribe button down below, baby. It is free as always. And if you would like to be notified anytime I post new videos, just ring that little bell out beside it, and YouTube will be sure to let you know. I'm happy you stopped by, sharing your energy with us as we take a peek going on here. Now, I can tell you the message of how the cards started to come. There's a volume going on, but we will condense it here. So the main message is it depends on how you handle it as to how it'll turn out. Because these two cards, these credit cards, which is a trip, I'm looking at it now as to what it says, they look like this. But because the way they fell out, I swiped them and moved them and they came like this. And they were talking about your hand is quicker than your eye, that it's time to tune into your soul for some guidance, because it's as if your mind is already in a rote prescriptive of being efficient to be effective. And it's like, let's roll back on that in just a minute, because you're precluding and prohibiting some awesome opportunities for some miracle power to be zooming up on in here. Some Mars action coming along to align with it. Talk about Kundalini awakening, those type of energies, because if you can see, they look very similar. And if you see that human form there, this miracle, this work of power is you. You coming forward into the new being, the new state of self right now, the fulfillment of time. Now, what's a trip is the card says cute and clever. And you're like, well, I don't know. What do I want? Which way is up? And I'll tell you, do you want to be cute and clever? Do you want life to be fun and easy and to take on this air of playfulness? Well, it's obvious that you do, because of that dealing. We pulled out some chakra cards, some energy. So this is an energy session. If you're into that sort of thing, we do it here to get us on page and get us tuned up. So our streams will be flowing and going, and we'll be feeling fine like wine. But that quick movement of the lightning that's going to bring in that miracle power of the medicine wheel, the alignment where all the dimensions you begin to see and hear and understand at one time, instead of being diminished in one area or another, all of your levels of your energies are powered up into one cohesive unit, mind, body, soul, and then the breath of the spirit that animates it all makes the 4D come to life. Now with that we had, well, there's a bit of a black going on down below, because we have 19, the fire coming in, and this could be that perfect 10. But again, there's something hindering off in the dark. It's like a bit of a threat or persecution. Something that if you didn't do things a certain way to please somebody else or to calm things down, that somehow the undertones that you're a problem. I ain't got a problem with that. You want to know why? Baby, you aren't just made of water, you're made of salt water. And in science, salt water is known as a solution. We have no problems. We come in as a solution. We come in as the answer to everything that we are here to come upon and to get to grow as a growth opportunity in this life. Other things that they are problem, that's because it's somebody else's shiz trying to get up on your plate. When you eat a buffet, you only put on your plate what you want to eat. If somebody's like, put this and this on my plate for me and bring it back to me, be like, you got legs? Get on up there. Get your stuff. This is my plate. And that's what we're trying to understand here, is about the body of your energy. This is Muladhara base chakra, and beneath it going down to the earth star and penetrating into the depths. So if somebody's sitting on your battery pack, excuse me, no. All right, there's the socket that's in the wall, that's for your plug. And if it has your name on it and somebody else's plug be up in it, that's the problem. Okay, that is the problem. So there's been that bit of fear of retribution or other things. So it leads me back to earlier years, younger years, that type of thing that we're clearing on out to get you up into this modern, beautiful era of yourself. Because if you're here, you're over 18, watching, right? And you're able to level up into that freedom of who you are. Okay, stand on your own 2 feet. But the bridge between the medicine wheel, the magic of getting this thing going, note to tell me to wait. All right, we're going to wait and connect after we clear. I got ears to hear. I can do this. Now, sitting at the base of the fire, we have taming the wind, the journey, and the lower world. Okay, now that is a trip, because what you're telling me as you're either stuck looking down or in the past. This blockage of somebody else's plug being in your socket, that energy dynamic, that energy filching, that energy possessing, that type of thing, keeps you relegated to past karma, where you go around the mountain one more time and maybe even stuck in retrogrades, like knowing better but not able to do better, that you're missing that divine connection that's going on here. So I love that it doesn't even have to register, make total sense on our mind, because we found out that we were out in, you know, 1 or 2 of the 3 bodies and the 4th animation there of the plasma. But we're going to get you out of this lower world. We're going to get you up above it, right? We're going to get you through that energy flowing in your whole self. We're going to dislodge that persecution, that I don't like it, that promise to fulfill is what they're saying. And that's not a good thing. It's like, if you don't this, I'm going to whip you that. And I'm like, no. That's why we're going to come up like an arrow. Come up straight and swift. So then you're no longer having to guard your heart against that energy of death, walking in that realm of death, walking relegated to just Pluto. And Pluto is here to empower us with so much more. Pluto is here to empower us with delight, with quick seeing, with like, we know, so we go. It's a lot of clarity. It's like when you know the big picture. When you know the ending from the beginning, you may not know all the sprinklings and the zhuzh and the details there in between, but you have that encouragement, that delightful heart, this higher energy of like, okay, this could be great. I know how it's going to turn out. And you don't know all the details, but you do know the ending. A lot of authors who write, they write the ending first because they know where they're going. Just like to GPS, you got to put in the destination, your ending, right? And then everything begins to connect in between. Making sense now, isn't it? So that's been what's sitting on your fire. Your fire is your power to produce, to support yourself, to provide, to protect, that type of thing. And it doesn't have to be a protectorship, because when you're established, you're secure and safe, and there is no risk of fire. So the mind isn't having to work overtime. Okay, now you're talking about that medicine wheel. It's not having to work overtime and stay in the fight or flight in that natural realm of the world, which stresses your nervous system. It makes perfect sense why you be greening up over here saying revitalize your nervous system. 31. I love it because the card is called 31, but in this deck, the lightning, the miracle, the quickening power, the shoot like a shot in the dark, the arrow for boom, and your power coming into the fullness of yourself is a 30. So what they're basically saying is 30 victoried, 31, W-O-N, okay? Because now this is all starting to make sense. While you kept searching in the past, trying to figure out where you've messed up, where you missed the mark, how could you ever get out of all this mess to get moving forward? You just need to turn around. Everybody's like, well, just turn around. I'm tired of hearing you talk about this. Just da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, I would if I could. I would if I could. This was, in a sense, a kind of a spell being on you. It was an energetic conundrum. How do you get it turned around? If your battery dies, how do you jump off your own battery? You don't, right? The battery cell is dead and it needs to be recharged. Thus, that quickening, lightning power, joy to the world. And that does not mean me. That means the energy of joy. That's life's love's individuation towards you, specifically for you, about you, empowering you and your individual self and your beautiful, bold, bright self, your crayon self. What crayon you bring into the box? What's your favorite color? My favorite color is you. So this is a shooting up, boom, coming on through this knowledge, this empowerment, this buoyancy, this delight and enlightenment coming all the way through and thrusting through the King of Pentacles. Baby, you coming out the tomb. We found a secret exit. Long since forgotten. We got you on out of that place of the underworld. There ain't anything wrong with the underworld, but that's not where you live. It's musty, it's dank, it's rank down in there. You need some fresh air. Your cyan, your creative power need to reconnect with this upper world. We need to get you guys the medicine that you need to realize that there is a rainbow after the rain. There is a promise of fulfillment that ain't this shiz diz, fuggery, muggery, wick whack, patty whack. I'm gonna just not give that dog a bone. No reward than that. No more. No, you are free. You are free to come out. You are free to imbibe in life. See all these evergreens around here, and the mountains are your provision. The evergreen is the promise that you are loved and that you are provided for and that you are protected, that you are safe. What is yours is yours. That base root chakra belongs to you. It is the diamond mine and it is yours. Okay. With that, that begins to wake up this whole new energizing of the light moving through the waters of your body, of your solutions, of the awakening of the power of who you are. And that brings peace that passes all understanding. Now that quickens this revitalization, just like springtime right now. These leaves come out bright and tender and fresh and new and exhilarated, taking on the life of the sun. And guess what? The sun's at the angle that is ready to provide that too. Isn't that divine timing, divine relationship? What it's bringing forth here is the effervescence, the essence of you, your power in your hand, the number 5, to cultivate love. Okay? To cultivate yourself. That you wouldn't do this to anyone else. And so no longer is it being done to you. You are set free. And now this is the power of your passion, the power of your permission to live this vibrant life. Okay? To excel, to succeed. And that doesn't mean checklist and paychecks and things like that. I'm talking your heart, your breath, your life's quality, the energies that are in you, who you are, your personality, your character, the essences of you. Ready to cultivate it, because cultivation is intentional activation. It is intentional love and nurturing, specifically keeping an eye that we can't make it rain, but when it doesn't rain, you do water your garden when you know it needs that moisture. And that brings in this divine reconnection to your environment and the understanding of being loved by life itself. And that awakens your sparkle and your brilliance. Look at those waterfalls of love coming down from heaven to your earth, heaven on earth here. Pools to play in, the luxuriousness of vacation, being able to vacate that tomb we had over here. That's your heart overflowing with this abundance of life, okay? Nothing missing, nothing broken. You are here. So which way is up? That's coming back around again. So the way up for you is lilac. Strengthen your faith. This is the simple delights. 42. The thing that the knowing that all things work out and that they're in your favor. Like I said, this was some buggery going on over here. All that zhuzh going on over there. All that nasty. That was kind of some magic, some witchcraft, some like... And not saying witchcraft is bad, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. It's like somebody taking up your natural rights in order to enhance their own. Anything that is of death, anything that is of life, and that's wrongful death, y'all. Anything that is of life benefits all. Look at how life takes care of itself. It is in a perfect balance. And that perfect balance includes you and your well-being. So that's the faith that we need to strengthen here, is that you don't have to be such a much or all this grandeur or whatever else. It could just be all the little things about your character, your kindness, your appreciation, your queries, your asking life, your connecting, whatever it is. It's all those things that make you you. That's what makes you beautiful. That is your faith. That is your action here on earth, demonstrating that you are loved and that you are loving. And that blows away this old like gridlock that was bumping heads here, because your faith has been blocked by a head-to-head battle of Hasbin, angel of annihilation, and Kushiel, the angel of punishment. Now see, I like Hasbin. I like that annihilation coming in like laser beams, like pew, 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 ready to like destruct and construct all at one time, but it's demolishing and doing away with the suction power of the black hole, the thing that has had a hold on you. That's why he was incoming, and that's why he's resonating very much with this cosmic energy. You see the colors resonating there? That is the mindset of Hasbin stepping in here to defeat this punishment, that old thing that had not only taken hold in your body, but also in your soul, okay? That's why it was in that root chakra. That's tethered, that's like the roots of the soul going on there. And that's what we're taking out is Kushiel. So I want to put a little something on Kushiel right here. How we do that? Who's coming? Okay. So let's get a little bit of the Grand Lux Tarot. That got some 3 of coins. We got help on the way, baby. Help is on the way. Husband, you got friends coming, not just yourself, coming in to corner this old angel of punishment. And I would see life coming in kind of like this peace that passes all understanding, reward, opportunities, nourishment, nurturance, like the light of day shining on your skin. I love it. Ace of Swords. We're right on point, because that to me means the ultimate reward. That miracle power, and it's lining up. Also, something else is wanting to speak here. Let's just take a minute. That's just like this arrow shooting off, like straight, calculable, not all this fuggery of like, oh, I'll change the rules in the middle of the game and you're never good enough. And if you don't this, then I'm going to that. Blah, blah, blah. No, it does away with all that. It's a clarity. Remember that rainbow that promised the rain, and then the rainbow shine at the end of the rainbow is what? You, the pot of gold. That is correct. So this is that reward, that eagle eye, that eye in the sky, knowing that you're watched out for and you are loved, gives you the confidence and the boldness to trust, to come forward, full power, mind, body, and soul, along with the Page of Swords. You're like, okay, I'm learning how to use the power of my mind, the power of freedom, of community, and to do away with the dodgery. So just a little backdrop here. You can feel how you feel about anything. We're just talking about the wisdom of the energy. Now, Blue Jay is a sneaky little feather. Look at that fellow up in your ear trying to tell you stuff like, let me put my eggs in your nest and you take care of them and pay the price for them. Hails to the no. The reason this is a dagger, not a sword, is so you can take care of anything that gets too close is trying to bring you harm. Meanwhile, little budgie, sweet little parakeet, a community animal, is coming on up to inspire and encourage and to lead the way, to get you to walk forward and to leave this old energy behind. Trusting that spirit that is for you is one that is kind, community-minded, loving, and is focused on you as well as others. Again, it's life-giving, not life-taking, life-straining, life-consuming. That's what I got to say about that. Now, with that in comes liberation and the freedom of yourself. That's like you wrestling out that old nasty bird. Let's see, reptiles and birds, they see them kind of one of the same, the hollow bone, that type of thing, that old reptilian mind, the brain stem. Those things that just kind of happen out of reaction, out of programming, out of guttural sensation. Doing away with the last little ripples and vibration of this old punishment type energy, because we can, if y'all could see, 1, 2, 3. We've gone through 3 rows of cards and now we're on the 4th row, and it's still kind of trying to wrestle with you a little bit here, but we can see it is dead. It just left a little bit of a fuzzy packed hole in your mind, and we need to fill it. So what we're going to fill it with, I don't know. Fix my lips while we at it. 40, indigo, improve your vision. Now, indigo is a color of instability. Not that it is unstable. Well, it is. So that's just what it is. It's instability. It flickers. It flickers between the blue and the violet. And it's something that happens almost like like there's a vapor chemical reaction that occurs between the two. And so it's the reaction occurring between the two. And that's a bit of what we have to clear out here, is that instantaneous reaction of programming that was still lingering around from that old plug being in your base root chakra. So they're telling us to balance it out and to level it up, the complementary injury. Bring in the complementary injury. Woo! Some of you may be getting a mirror soul coming into your life, somebody that sits juxtaposed your chart, because as we know, they're not opposites in the color world, they're complements. That when y'all see each other like eye to eye, like one person I know, they have a little freckle under this eye, just like I do. So when we look eye to eye, they line up. Isn't that neat? Well, so what's coming is that complementary energy of turquoise coming on in here, which causes the red, the fire, to vibrate, to emanate, and to really exude the fullness of its complementary energy, its beneficence of its well-being, clearing out that old reverberating vibration. It tunes the streams is really what we're seeing here. Now I see the rainbow launch. Now I see the promise coming into fulfillment. I absolutely love it. I love it. Let's see the number 34. That is a return of your energy. What energy? Your creative power. Feeling like a creator again. Feeling like you are in charge. Feeling like you know which way is which. Not even just up. It's based on whatever you're doing, whenever you're doing it, that you can key in your destiny point and you will get there. So we have just a little bit more. Go hang in there, baby. We are wrapping it up. Ooh, we got a back-to-back coming on in. 18 Mosaic. Let chance play its creative role in your life. And 19 Naz. Feel loved and proud. So it's basically inviting you to let life play a creative role with you. That once this creatorship, this return of your creativity comes on in, that you realize you're not an island. You're not an entity of yourself. That you're not robbed of the opportunity of co-creating. And that is creating along with the life force, the energy that is in you. That you are greater than you could think or imagine. And to be able to allow yourself to open up to the fullness of who you are. Because where do these waters come from? We don't know. We might think we could point it out, but then where do those come from? You are limitless. That's what they want you to know in this mosaic. You are limitless. It may seem limited, fractured, broken, over, dead, and done, but it is not. You are here now today, and you are powered with the breath of life. Look at this. It's how you hold it. Power's in your hands. These are pearls of wisdom. These are streams of life, bringing life direction, training to this bird that may have been caged and kept within, like and not dungeon, what's that, a tomb for quite some time. But what is in the hands of life here, all giving the nurturance of life, is vibrating into the soul and restoring you and catching you up to date, up to time, getting you on page with life right now, tuning your streams. And then that does away with this old. It transforms the way you see boo-ho. I ain't going there. I ain't going there. Get your head out your ass. All right? See your amazingness. You don't need to be disciplined anymore. And by that, I mean that old punishment. All right? You're teachable. You're intelligent. You're beautiful. You're divine. Take the covering off. It is a mask. We want to see you clearly. And when we can see you clearly, you can see us clearly. If you know anybody who's ridden a motorcycle for quite some time, you'll wonder why they're not in the center of the driving lane, while they're kind of staggered towards one side or the other, because they know if they're more towards the divided line, if they can see the driver in the rearview mirror, that means that driver can see them. So that's it. When you take the mask off, we'll see you clearly, but you'll see you clearly too. Okay? That's the message of love for you, because you know I love you. And if you're new here, click that subscribe button down below and you will receive more energy, more information like this. These energetic sessions brought here free to you. You know, people just so into the channel, their love and support is their own free will. And also just putting your personage and your presence here is a divine gift as well. I'm glad you stopped by. Continue to believe in yourself. You are more than enough, and come into the fullness of who you are. That is your gift to us here. I love you. Check back by again real soon. Bye.